Reporting live from my garden, it's Chris, the downtown gardener, and this just in. Spring has arrived. After months of grey skies and freezing temperatures, gardeners are finally coming out of their hibernation. Yep, and I can confirm seed packets are flying off the shelves. And wait, what's this? People still don't know what to start yet? Spring is here. It's April, and you're wondering, what should I be starting right now? Because this is almost go time for gardeners, especially in climates like this one. And yes, there is still a little bit of snow on the ground. In fact, we had some snow yesterday. So these are the must-start seeds for April in Zone 3. Every year I see this happening. Experienced gardeners and beginner gardeners starting seeds way too early or way too late. Sometimes when it comes to transplant time, your plants are playing catch up rather than thriving. But not you, because today we are going to get your garden ahead of the game. We're going to go over the best seeds to start in April in Zone 3 with our short growing season. But these tips can really be used wherever you are. I'll also tell you how to start them the right way so your seeds thrive. And I'm going to give you one little trick to get a flower germinating way before it says on the packet. And it includes a simple nail file. So stick around to the end of the video to catch that tip. The big reason I'm excited about spring being here is that it's time to start tomatoes. The ones I'm excited about this year, as always, San Marzano and Sun Golds, essentials in my garden. In Zone 3, tomatoes need about 6 weeks before they go outside. That goes for anywhere really. So now is the perfect time in April to start my tomatoes. It means they won't get too big for my house, and also they'll be ready to go outside when it's warm enough. If you wait too long, you're going to be shrinking your window. I have about 120 growing days. So it's essential I get stuff in the ground as soon as I can. Starting right now means you're going to have bigger plants and stronger plants ready to go outside. And starting them is very simple as well. You just need a seed tray of your choice, some soil, and you need to plant them. That pretty much goes for anything on this list. You are going to want to keep them warm, so if you do have a heating mat, that will help them germinate. If you don't have a heat mat, top of the fridge is fine as well. And when it comes to putting them outdoors, remember to transplant them deeply, because along the whole stem of the tomato, it can put roots out. More roots equals a stronger plant, and who doesn't want that? And if you've ever had sad, leggy tomatoes that look like they're stretching for light, get a grow light, or put them in the sunniest spot that you can find in your house. So we move on now from the diva of the garden, the tomatoes, to one that is tough as nails. And these plants later in the season, the frost is actually good for them. It makes them sweeter. We're talking about Brussels sprouts and kale. April is the time to start your kale, and especially your Brussels sprouts. Your sprouts could take anywhere up to 120 days to mature, which is my growing season. And these crops actually enjoy cooler weather, which is great because that means they can go outside when the ground is workable before your last frost date. Now, you don't want a hard frost on them, so I would invest in some kind of crop cover. And the way to start kale and Brussels sprouts, it's very simple as well. Keep them at around 18 to 21 Celsius, which is 65 to 70 Fahrenheit. And as I said, when the soil is workable, you can get your kale and Brussels sprouts out. And don't make the mistake I made years ago. Give your Brussels sprouts lots of space, because they need it. One of the best things about having a garden in the summer is the fresh herbs. And as tomatoes is in my list of what to start for April, so here's one of the best herbs that go with them. Basil, or basil. I always love to grow a purple variety for a bit of color, and also lettuce leaf basil because it's huge. Basil is one of those herbs that just hates cold. So starting it indoors means that you're going to have a big bushy basil plant to go outside when it warms up. And it's also a great companion plant for tomatoes. It's said that it can help repel pests from tomatoes when you plant basil and tomatoes together. I'm not so sure on that, but what I do know is that basil and tomatoes make excellent food. So why not plant them together? So here's how to start basil right. Keep it warm, above 21 C, 70 Fahrenheit, but not overly warm either. As with the tomatoes, a heating mat could work great here. If you don't have a heating mat, you can use the top of a fridge. And pinch the tops early to encourage bushiness. I also have a flower in today's list. My garden isn't complete without this one, Nasturtium. I never used to start Nasturtium inside because I heard that they didn't transplant that well. And while that may be true, I thought, well, I always buy it at the nursery, so why don't I just grow it inside as well? And I've had some success with it. The good thing about these is they attract pests, which sounds bad, doesn't it? Plant them near your cucumbers and tomatoes, and the pests will go for the nasturtium rather than the cucumbers and tomatoes. Those flowers, they attract pollinators, which means your garden is going to be more productive. I have to be careful around nasturtium because I'm scared of bees, and bees really like nasturtium, so be aware of that, I guess. And nasturtium are also edible. The leaves are peppery and the flowers make a salad look pretty. And I do have a secret tip for faster germination with your nasturtium. One of the varieties I've gone for this year is the Alaska mix. These just look so pretty. Look at those leaves, amazing. These ones are actually pretty good for small space gardeners. So if you've got a balcony and you still want nice flowers, go for this one. As you can see, nasturtium seeds are pretty tough. They have an outer shell on them. And there is an easy way to get them to germinate a bit quicker. So to speed up the sprouting of these seeds, what you want to do is grab a nail file and just give it a little pedicure. Little pedicure for this little nasturtium seed. As for the nail polish after, go for whatever color you want. Don't actually put nail polish on it. So I have just rubbed away a little bit, and that's going to help water get through this outer shell and germinate quicker. Now here's the real challenge. Not all seeds are created equally. Some plants need to be started early and others just hate being transplanted, like carrots. There's no point starting them inside. The key really is knowing what to sow indoors and also knowing what you can wait on, what you can direct sow when the ground is warm enough. Now if you start all these seeds I've mentioned, future you is going to be thanking you in June when your garden is thriving. Let's take a quick recap at what we saw today. You're going to want to start your tomatoes now because they need a head start or they won't produce in time. You can start your kale and Brussels sprouts now. They take forever, so starting now equals a better harvest. Also, get your basil started, may as well, because it's going to go in with the tomatoes. And for my favorite garden flower, nasturtiums, file those seeds with a nail file and you're going to get flowers and garden protection sooner. So that's the lineup for seeds in April in Zone 3. Get those started now if you want to eat from your garden this summer. And hey, if you found this video useful, give it a like, comment, or share it with someone that needs this advice. And in the comments, let me know what you are starting this month. And are you ahead of the game? So now we're here in spring, it's go time. And if you want to see how those seedlings do, make sure to hit that subscribe button because as soon as I can, I'll be giving you a garden tour. And the video on your screen right now is the one that YouTube thinks you're going to find interesting. So go check it out.